The British tabloid media's obsession with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle knows no bounds, and the latest target of their unrelenting scrutiny is the supposed absence of a paperback edition for Harry's memoir, Spare. According to the Daily Mail's Richard Eden and Charlotte Griffiths, this absence is a sign that Harry regrets the damage he caused to the royal family and is hesitant to revisit the turmoil sparked by the book's publication. However, this narrative is not only speculative but also misleading, designed to undermine Harry's achievements and cast doubt on his commitment to telling his story. The reality is that Spare was a significant and necessary contribution to the historical record, and its absence from paperback shelves is likely due to strategic timing rather than any imagined regret from its author. Let's dive deeper. The Daily Mail, a tabloid notorious for its relentless attacks on Harry and Meghan, has seized upon the absence of a paperback edition of Spare as evidence that Harry is backtracking on his decision to publish the memoir. Richard Eden, in particular, claims that this is a sign that Harry realizes how much damage he has done to the royal family and is trying to mend fences. Charlotte Griffiths, on the other hand, posits that while Harry may not regret writing the book, he likely regrets the negative reception it received, suggesting that Harry is seeking to avoid further controversy by not releasing a paperback version. This narrative is pure speculation, lacking any concrete evidence to support its claims. It also conveniently ignores the fact that Harry has repeatedly expressed pride in his memoir and the story it tells. Spare was a deeply personal account of his life, offering insight into the struggles and challenges he faced as a member of the royal family. It was a courageous attempt to set the record straight and counter the many false narratives perpetuated by the British tabloids over the years. The suggestion that Harry would now regret this bold step is not only unfounded, but also indicative of the media's ongoing efforts to undermine his credibility. Publishing decisions, particularly for high-profile books like Spare, are often dictated by strategic considerations rather than personal regret. The absence of a paperback edition at this point in time could be attributed to various factors, none of which have anything to do with Harry's feelings about the book. It's entirely possible that the publisher is planning to release the paperback edition at a later date, perhaps in the fall or during the Christmas season, to maximize sales and capitalize on the holiday market. After all, Spare was initially scheduled for release in December 2022, and a 2-year anniversary edition in paperback would be a logical move from a marketing perspective. Moreover, the Mail's claim that Harry has run out of terrible things to say about his family is a gross oversimplification of the memoir's content. Spare was not an attack on the royal family. It was a nuanced exploration of Harry's personal experiences and the challenges he faced within the institution. While it did reveal uncomfortable truths, the book was not written with the intention of causing harm, but rather to provide an honest account of his life. The idea that Harry would now be hesitant to release a paperback edition because he regrets the book's impact is absurd. If anything, Harry has consistently demonstrated that he stands by his decision to tell his story, regardless of the backlash from certain quarters of the media. Speaking of media, the British tabloids' response to Spare has been nothing short of hypocritical. On the one hand, they have lambasted Harry for daring to speak out about his experiences and criticised him for airing dirty laundry in public. On the other hand, they have eagerly seized upon every detail from the book to fuel their own sensationalist coverage. The Daily Mail and other outlets devoted months of coverage to Spare, dissecting every chapter and turning Harry's personal revelations into fodder for their relentless royal gossip machine. This hypocrisy extends to the media's treatment of the memoir itself. While they criticise Harry for the content of Spare, they are more than happy to profit from the attention it generates. Royal biographers, who have long relied on their fantasies and connections to the palace and the tabloid press, found themselves scrambling to rewrite their own narratives in light of the revelations in Harry's book. Yet, they continue to recycle and repackage the same stories, often distorting Harry's words to fit their own agendas. The idea that these same outlets would now suggest that Harry regrets writing Spare is laughable. They have consistently exploited the book for their own gain, while pretending to be appalled by its content. However, when it's all said and done, it is important to recognize the significance of Spare as more than just a memoir. It is a historical document that provides invaluable insight into the inner workings of the British royal family and the personal struggles of one of its most high-profile members. Harry's decision to write the book was not taken lightly, and it was motivated by a desire to share his truth with the world. In doing so, he challenged the dominant narratives that had been constructed by the British media and offered a perspective that had long been absent from the public discourse. Spare also serves as a powerful testament to the impact of the media on the lives of public figures. Harry's experiences with the tabloid press, which he details in the book, are a stark reminder of the damaging effects of media intrusion and the lengths to which the press will go to create and perpetuate narratives that suit their own agendas. By writing Spare, Harry reclaimed his story from the tabloids and asserted control over how his life and experiences are portrayed. The absence of a paperback edition does not diminish the significance of Spare, or suggest that Harry regrets writing it. On the contrary, the memoir has already made a lasting impact, challenging long-held assumptions about the royal family and prompting important conversations about mental health, media ethics, and the pressures of public life. Whether or not a paperback edition is released in the future, Spare has already cemented its place as a landmark work in the ongoing saga of the British monarchy. In summary, the British media's attempts to spin the absence of a paperback edition of Spare as evidence of Harry's regret are nothing more than a continuation of their long-standing campaign to undermine him. These narratives are speculative at best and deliberately misleading at worst, designed to cast doubt on Harry's commitment to telling his story and to downplay the significance of his memoir. The reality is that Spare was a courageous and necessary work that provided valuable insight into the life of a royal who dared to speak out. The decision to delay or forego a paperback edition is likely a strategic one, unrelated to any supposed regret on Harry's part. Thank you for watching.